much. It's been an honor to have been recognized with this outstanding group. You know, as I sit here and watch the festivities, I'm so impressed with what these coaches have to say. I think it's pretty obvious why Otis Washington was successful as a high school football coach. He's just a special man. And I tell you what, we're all in the same business, and what we try to do is take care of our kids. And that's what it's all about. It makes no difference if you're at the high school level or the college level. That's the thing. Take care of the kids. Make sure you're doing the right thing. I'll field any question that you have.
Coach, what shaped you? Who were the coaches and the people who shaped your philosophy of coaching?
Well, first of all, let me just tell you the way it happened. I was a sophomore in high school at Fair Park High School in Shreveport. My dad always came into the kitchen at night to get a swig of milk to put that fire out he had in his belly, because I'm sure it was from that Ezra Brooks, you know. But he looked at me, and I'll never understand why this happened. He said, I just want you to understand something. If you're going to go to college, you got to get a scholarship. And I can't explain to you why he said that. I've never figured it out. So I went to work. I was a 135-pound guard. You know, we got football players now whose legs weigh 135 pounds. So, you know, of course, back in those days, didn't have any steroids. If we had them, I'd have taken them. I got to tell you that. So I started pumping the iron and doing the right kind of things and got a scholarship to Louisiana Tech. Took advantage of that, played under a brilliant football coach in Joe IA. And you're talking about people that have influenced your life. Great integrity. From there, I took my first high school coaching job under a Natchitoches legend who lives here now, John Ropp. The best I've ever seen in motivation and psychology. Just absolutely fantastic. From there, I go to Louisiana Tech under Maxie Lambright, like a second dad. Great man, tremendous football coach. And when he was there, all of you know, he won 3 national championships. He didn't win 1, he won 3. One of them on the field and 2 mythical. Sporting goods, whatever the name of it is. And when he resigned, I tried to get the head coaching job at Louisiana Tech. The door got slammed, but here's what happened. The door opened up in Monroe when John David Crow opened the door for me. And I came onto his staff, and after a year, he got out of that and went into the business world, and I became the head football coach. These are the people that have influenced me. Many great coaches, assistant coaches, and many head coaches. But they've been a big influence in my life.
Pat, the rivalry between Louisiana Tech and then Northeast, you know, I guess you had to live in North Louisiana to realize how intense the rivalry was. How difficult was that for you going back?
It wasn't difficult at all. I mean, you know, to get ready to play them, you mean? Yeah. Let me tell you what I told our players. I said, here's the thing that I want to emphasize. You do not hate Louisiana Tech. You respect them, because you're not going to beat anybody because you hate them. If you don't respect them, you don't have a chance to beat them. And I knew what it was like when those Bulldogs came roaring down that hill to get on that playing surface. I knew what it was like. I spent 12 years there as an assistant, or however long it was, and graduated from there and got my master's there, and I knew how they thought. But let me just put it to you this way. If they renew the series where ULM plays Louisiana Tech, the coaches will realize how important it is. You know what I mean?
1987, how can you describe the team of destiny?
You said it right. It was a team of destiny. I see 2 of those offensive guys back there right now standing in the doorway. And, you know, it was just you know, Doug, the thing about it is, what made it so special is that the way we had to get there. After the first 4 ball games, we go to Lamar University and play them. I think we throw like 6 or 7 interceptions, and then we come back and I brainstorm and I worry about what I'm going to do, and how I'm going to fight this animal, so I bench Stan Humphreys. Walt Fithian comes in as a quarterback. We beat Georgia Southern. I got a problem. Now I got 2 quarterbacks. What am I going to do? Well, we're going to alternate them. That doesn't work. I was telling Jake earlier, we played ULL, and they beat us like 9-6. So we go into a staff meeting, and I say, look, we got to do something here, So anyway, we come back. I bring the quarterbacks in, visit with them, talk to Stan, and say, you look, Stan, you're going to be the guy. You're going to come out only if the bone is sticking through the skin. Walt, you're going to be the backup quarterback. He didn't like it, but I know it, but that's the way it's going to be. So we get into the next ball game. I think it was against McNeese, and we're rocking along, and all of a sudden, we need a big play. So we fake a punt and break it, and when we do, we come roaring after them. I mean, offensively we're scoring, defensively we're playing well, and to me that was the turning point, because we played Southern Mississippi the next week, and we all know who the quarterback was at that time, and that's Brett Favre. Who knew how great he was going to be at that time? All we knew was that the film we looked at, he could throw it from one end of the field to the other. We knew that. So, we're successful. And to me, that kind of kick-started it. And then every Monday I'd come to practice, and the attitude of the players was great. The coaches were great. And I knew then we got something special. And sure enough, we proved it.
You didn't coach against him because he was a defensive player, but you saw him on the other sideline. Talk about Hunter Smith. Playing for McNeese, blocking kicks.
You talking about the young man that I met earlier? I met him in the hotel today and introduced myself, and I can tell you right now, he's a player. I'd like to have had him, I can tell you that much right now. The defensive cornerback, we all know how hard those cornerbacks are to find. And, there's a lot of guys that can maybe line up as a strong safety or whatever. Of course, that's all changing. But, those cornerbacks, they're hard to find. We try to find another way to go. Okay?
Anybody else? Coach Back out.
Hey, thank you.